Maddie? Good. Alright. Time's gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Time of the Dead is a remake of House of the Dead 2, but instead of using a light gun to go pew-pew at the screen, it's replaced all the light gun combat with typing. And it starts off pretty easy, 2-3 word phrases trying to work you into it. Oh my gosh, the voice acting in this is amazing. We're mashing through the cutscenes because it's still a speedrun. It is a rail-based shooter, but the speed of your rail depends on your typing speed, as well as certain different splits in the path depending on which NPCs you save, which NPCs you excuse me, which NPCs you sacrifice to the zombies. Like those two NPCs right there, I do need to save them to get on the faster path. This guy, he's gonna be dirt.
Gee, bloodstains.
Now, this is arcade. Oh, demon, very nice. This is arcade mode, so we don't get access to any kind of item pickups and things like that. No Molotov cocktails to clear out zombies or anything to clear the screen. That category is very different because when you complete the game a couple of times, you get passwords that unlock more and more opponents for the versus AI mode. But the last password gives you unlimited access to the Golden Hands item, where you push F1 and every key is the right key. There are no wrong letters. You just go bam, bam, bam all over the keyboard, and it's great. It saves about what, maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little bit. I should have let her go. Doggone. You see, this is what happens when you save people. Wait. See, that's what happens when you save people. You lose a whole bunch of time. But that is the reason why you don't see too many speedruns of I think it's classic. I can't remember what it's called. It's been so long. Because it's a lot less skill based and a lot more just for when you're facing the keyboard. First boss of the game's not too difficult. You just gotta get enough damage in before he gets close enough to swing that big ol' axe at you. Yeah. And right after the first boss battle, we'll get to see my biggest contribution to the entire world of speedrunning. Was a world record shattering strategy that I developed. It was quite fantastic. Saves quite a bit of time over the course of the run. You get to see it right after this first boss fight, but I get 3 more hits in here. Oh, stop with that. Look at that. Look at that. I lost my home keys there for a second. And here, boom, right there. That right there, that's my greatest contribution to the speedrun of this game, is resetting between the levels. It's such a simple little thing, but it saves so much time. You don't have to watch your points tick up. You don't have to sit there on the leaderboard, enter your name on the leaderboard, confirm that that's the name you want on the leaderboard. So many things that you skip by resetting between levels. And if you go check out the leaderboard and see the comments of everybody's time submissions, right there in the comments it says, "Oh my god, who developed this strategy? Why do we do this? Please go back to the way we used to do things." It is the most panned strategy in this game. So it's not a single segment run. You do reset to advance between chapters. I got the worst possible RNG here. For most of these missions, we're just going to wait and take damage to fail the mission. Because even when it takes this long, it's generally faster than trying to type your way through it. There is a pattern there where the zombies actually have a little bit of life to them, and they'll run up and actually come out to hit you. See, we saved this citizen, but they were off screen. That was just bad news. I'm gonna start taking a little bit of intentional damage from here to the end of the chapter. As you type, if you're typing with good accuracy, the game increases the difficulty behind the scenes, regardless of what you might pick in the option menu or with the dip switch if it's the arcade version. It will gradually increase the difficulty. And the boss at the end of this level is cycle-based, so I want those cycles to be as short and simple as possible. So I'm going to take let me use a credit right before the boss, which is another advantage to resetting between the levels is I don't really have to keep an eye on my credits. It wasn't really a big deal anyway, but I don't know who I was waiting for there. But I don't have to worry about it at all. I'll have plenty of credits for the end of the run. She's one of the few NPCs we'll say that has nothing to do with which route we take, but she's impolite and doesn't bother to thank us for saving her, so it doesn't cost us any time. Wow. The only thing we worry about is the little fishies that come up here in a second. I don't want to take my intentional damage there. That's bad. There's only 2 zombies left before the boss. That guy we're gonna take out. We're gonna skip the cutscene, and this next zombie we're gonna finish off this credit to reset the difficulty. Crunch. I'm sitting here with a bunch of cutscenes. This is Hierophant, and his mechanic is just as annoying here as I imagine it is in the like. Wow, Mike, come on. Yeah, you can only type when the chest is open. So you want to try and one cycle all of these phrases if you can. Wow. Alright, that was just a bad fight. Alright. That was not the cleanest fight. That usually goes quite better, especially when you earn a credit right before. Now, you definitely want to make sure you're on the right pathway for Chapter 3. Saving a certain NPC near the start of this level not only makes Chapter 3 much shorter, it also changes where you start in Chapter 4 and makes that level much shorter, so this is the big time save. Oh no! Uh-oh. I got him.
Thank you. I'll open the water gate for you.
Now when he opens the water gate for you, that is the shortcut through the level. We're gonna go straight ahead here rather than having to go around. Yeah, one of them. I actually don't mind if I end up taking damage there, but man, this mic does not want to stay in my head. I missed him, bro. And I'll let that one up, though. I could not find a finger.
Don't kill me!
This guy takes at least 3 times as long to let you pass if you save him. It will not stay in my ear. It just won't stay in my ear. There we go.
What is it?
This is not a Hydra. This is Tower. It resembles absolutely nothing of a Hydra. It's also a multiple choice, mostly reading comprehension fight. This has a lot less to do with your typing speed than what's bigger than a bread. Being able to actually read and figure out which answer is correct. That's not bread. Just like that. That is how it likes to trick you. She's in Europe. I don't know how you want to jelly naked, but let's not go there.
I'll get you.
Get out of here. I remember. We're not going to reset between Chapter 3 and 4 because we did get through the water gate, and if I reset, it's going to put me in the default position for Chapter 4. But this screen is what we've been skipping between every level. And if you're playing with a stock save, it's also going to ask you for your name for the leaderboard and so on and so forth there.
Help me! Help me! Thanks for saving me.
Yeah, if that guy gets dragged off by the zombie, he dies, but you go chasing after him anyway, and it ends up burning a ton of time.
Don't kill me! Thanks for saving me.
my god.
The boss fight coming up is
this
definitely
the Colosseum?
my favorite in the game. If I compare my splits against the other runners in this game, this boss fight is where I lose most of my time compared to them, but it's still my favorite fight in the game. This is a fight against Strength. He's going to chase you down hallways. He's just going to keep on chasing you. And you have to get 4 hits in to interrupt his attack cycle. But the phase is going to be quite interesting. And this one's about dating, so this should be a good one. Oh boy. Oh no! No! Oh, come on. That was a pretty good set back in this level. Sometimes it can be kind of a boring segment of sections, but we got some good ones there. Where is that? There we go. Now, this is the start of where some of these zombies, when they die, are going to do a little dance and then literally throw their heart out at me. I want to try and take those guys out first because they just have a longer death animation. Okay, we picked up the genre. You can see now here what the genre dictionary actually does. It's a big time save here just because these phases tend to be much, much longer if you don't pick it up.
This must be the car.
That's what it looks like, dude. But this section's going to be us doing a couple of boss fights.
You!
I'm hitting the enter key. Lord. Drop the bazooka. How about give me the bazooka so I don't have to type as much? Sounds like a good idea. Hey! I'm getting a little bit close here. Yeah, same fights are just a little bit longer section phrases to type here. Oh, I'd skip that line. That's a pretty good line. Now we're getting ready to fight Hierophant again. If I had 1 life left, I would just take a death here for the same reason as before, but we played too well. I have too many lives here. And this is why it's so nice to get a reset for this guy. Wow. Wow. You see, even getting rank A there can take 2 cycles. Whoa, just jump in the air, man. Come on. See, I had it was a little bit later before I could even start typing. It's stingy. As you probably see in the bottom right corner, it says, you know, press enter key, credits 5. Not only is this a port of a light gun game, it's a port of a light gun game that was ported to the Dreamcast first. And if you have 2 keyboards for your Sega Dreamcast, you can play co-op mode. But because Windows only really recognizes 1 keyboard, that's not... Oh my gosh. That's not really an option for the PC version.
Let's go.
The Dreamcast game will also be a lot longer just from loading times. The loading times are pretty bad. Couldn't see which letter I was missing there because it got hit by the other zombie. Now the munition fight is tough because the first phase of this fight's the only point in the game where you're heavily punished for a typo. You're immediately going to take damage. You'll lose the chance to deal damage for that cycle. Also, when they ported this game from the Dreamcast, something went wrong with how they set up the keyboard. So any phrase that has a question mark in it, I'm not actually going to be able to clear. A question mark, Shuba, Yuba, Yuba. Anything with a question mark is going to be immediately marked wrong. It just doesn't read question marks correctly. And it could just be literally every keyboard that I own, but... So you gotta be careful not to mash the 0 keys there. Come on now. There we go. Now from this point forward, I can, you know, make all the mistakes I want, more or less. Oh, no, you don't. I believe this is also released by a UK studio, so things like theater, color, things like that will have the British spelling to it. The language option in the options is about your keyboard layout. It doesn't actually change the dictionary. Not gonna get it. And we're also not going to reset between 5 and 6 here. Hot.
It's like they're inviting me in.
Oh, the voice on this game is great. And if you like this voice acting, Player 2 actually gets a completely different set of voice acting. But again, on the PC version, you can't play as Player 2. You have to go play House of the Dead 2 or the Dreamcast version of this to hear it. I know, that was throwing me off there. I feel like some of the mechanics don't really transfer well over from light gun to typing, especially these guys that kind of fade in and out and jump around the screen. Wow, come on, Mike. Like these guys, because the words are on the screen the entire time. But I haven't actually played the Lycan version to see how it compares. Yeah, we're gonna fail this mission. We'll have another fight with the not the Hydra coming up. And then we'll be on to the final boss. Oh no! Oh, that's great. Don't really.
What is
Well,
this place?
I say I don't need the extra lives, but the quiz tends to really trip me up, especially in the second go round. I just didn't see it fast enough. The quiz tends to just make me look really, really stupid. Sometimes it gives you a question about UK holidays that I know absolutely nothing about. I lost the world record one to trying to identify which kind of dinosaur is correct, and I entered Metasaurus. Because when I read it out, it looked like Meatosaurus, which looked like the right answer, but there is no such thing as a Metasaurus. So both quizzes actually went really well for me today. And this is the last little hallway here. Of a chew, didn't get any better RNG as far as sometimes it'll throw something like goal at you, but it'll spell it the way that sports announcer would say goal with about 15 to 20 O's in it, and that's always fun to try and type. When you can't hold down the key to repeat it, you just gotta mash the O key. Goldman. The Emperor fight, the Emperor can throw a couple of different attack patterns at you. The only one you really gotta worry about is where he throws 4 orbs at you at the same time, and you want to start from the top and work your way to the bottom. If you fall behind a little bit... Fall behind a little bit, the bottom 2 orbs are least likely to hit you, especially if you're player 1. Oh wow, I had way more time there than I thought I did. I thought he was going to throw a lot faster than that. Kama's tripping me up today. But whenever there's a multi... Man, oh man, this is a sloppy fight too. Give me something... Yeah, this is what I want. You have to hit all 4 orbs there to deal damage. You don't get partial credit. There we go. And the same for those. If we throw 3 of them one at a time, you have to hit all 3. Here we go. Now this is another multiple choice quiz. All the answers are correct. It's all just very silly and a fun way to end the run. So you just want to try and find the easiest thing to type. Rich fire. Time. Sorry about that. Yeah, time was coming up there and time is here. But your answers there in the last quiz change which ending you get. So let's see which one we get. Good. Okay.
Goldman!
Friends, it is not over yet.
Is that all you have to say?
In time, a successor will come. Farewell, friends.
Yeah. Alright, which ending do we get? Let's see. He's falling over. We got the boring old actual ending. He just falls off into the distance. The explosion happens way before he hits the ground. No, he's fine. Of course, there's another game in the series. But the other 2 endings are he bungee jumps off and bounces back up, or he flies off like Superman with jet propelled by his butt, which is great. It's determined by what answers you pick in the last 3 questions there. If you choose the really goofy ones, you get the goofy ending. And then the credits are interesting too. I'm not going to do it all because we'll be here all day with it. When you actually type out the credits, if you complete a whole section, the zombies pop out and they're doing a little dance. But that's it for Typhon of the Dead. And then it's Epic Story up next. Yep.